Wow. You woke? Time to get up. Good morning. Welcome to Thought Your World No Speed Limit Podcast. I'm your host, Alvin. I hope you're having a terrific day. Ja Morant. Well, y'all seen the story, right? Well, if you haven't seen the story, here it is right here.
The video circulated on Saturday night. It shows Morant with what appears to be a handgun while he's riding in a friend's car. Yesterday, the Grizzlies said they were aware of the video and suspended Morant from all team activities pending league review. In March, Morant was suspended for 8 games after he was seen holding a gun inside a nightclub on Instagram Live. A representative for Morant did not immediately respond.
So you get the basis of where I'm going with this video. We're going to talk about Ja Morant and the incidents he's had. Now, that first incident, he apologized. He supposedly said he went somewhere to try to get some help, a better understanding of things, and try to check his behavior. Wherever it was real short, like a month. He went there, and he came back and he played basketball. So here it is, another video that happens, I guess, after their season is over. And this young man is again seen in the video with a gun. Now let me tell you about the whole thing that's a problem with that. Ja Morant becomes a distraction to his team, which was in the NBA playoffs. It was considered at one time one of the favorite teams in the NBA playoffs. Some people say, no, that's not true. But yeah, it was considered one of the favorite teams. But Ja Morant becomes one of the sole distractions of the team. And that had to have an effect on their running in the NBA. So now they're not. I think they lost to the Lakers. So they are no longer in the NBA playoffs. Ja Morant is free agent. He's still becoming a distraction while he's off the court. When he flashes this image, next thing you know, it's all over social media. It's all over the news networks. It's everywhere. Then the NBA feels like, oh, now I got to do something. Now, here's where I'm going to make 2 points. And I thought about this earlier. There's a society out there. There's a difference. There's a different way that media looks at young black men versus, say, young white men or young white women, especially when it comes to guns. So here's a black man that's giving this image like, he's playing around with a gun like he's a thug. To them, it's a thug. And then the question comes up, why isn't the NBA controlling its Negroes? A lot of people are going to get mad that I said that, but that's the way it looks. Why isn't the NBA controlling its Negroes? Look at him running wild and acting savage. Then there's the other side of this, because you see all the athletes on TV. They're saying the same thing to him. Why are you doing this? As a black man, I have to ask this. This is the city of Memphis. There's plenty of negative images. There's crime on TV every day in Memphis. Memphis is considered one of the most violent cities in the nation. We've seen them on the First 48. If you ever watched that show, they got Memphis as one of the shows on there. And then there's always negative images of black men. We've had rappers die going to get ice cream in Memphis, Tennessee. We've had other incidences. Gang violence. Black on black crime. There's been white on white crime too. We can't say there hasn't been. There's just crime of all kinds in Memphis. It's a lot of poor people in Memphis. But wouldn't it be great if we could just have a positive image of a man who is not involved in the lifestyle or trying to portray a lifestyle that he's not really a part of? I'll show you pictures of people who are in that life. Different than the one of Ja Morant, who wants to pretend that he's in a particular lifestyle, that he's a thug. I don't know why he needs to portray that he's tough. He's a basketball player. There's a toughness that comes with being a basketball player. There's a cool level that comes with a basketball player. You ain't got to worry about cool points as a basketball player. But as somebody who says this, there are young people who look up to basketball players. I remember it was Charles Barkley many years ago who said, I am not a role model. don't look at me as a role model. I was a young man then. Charles is a little bit older than me, almost 60, I believe. Um, and I used to look up to him as a basketball player. And then I thought about what he said and said, that's kind of silly. Why would you tell people you aren't a role model? You are. Because I'm watching you now. I see what you do every day. Man, Charles, the round amount of rebounds, coolest guy in the world. Looking at to me as a basketball player, I wanted to be like him when I was playing basketball in high school. And same thing with John Morant. He doesn't realize the weight that he's carrying is that these kids out there see him. And it's hard for us to say this and put the pressure on a young black man to tell him, hey, look, they're watching you. You're the image of who you are. You've got to watch who you are. And everybody said, that's not your business. You don't have that right. You're right, we don't. But we should. At least say something. We can talk about the millions of dollars that John Morant has potential to lose. Like I said, again, he's a black man flashing a gun, not a white guy playing with guns. For them, it's fine. But there's a certain image that comes with us. The thug thing comes with us before it comes to them. Just little actions by holding that gun up in the air makes you look like a thug, even if you aren't. Wearing the gold teeth, got the gun, maybe a few tattoos. It don't take much before they start saying, ooh, there's a thug. And so the NBA looks at that and says, that's a negative image. We've got to quell that. Got to control our Negro. And you as a black man have to understand that it's not only about that. It's also about what you portray for those young men who are watching you out there, like these young men right here. It's that image that you portray to them that can decide which way they decide to go in their life. You know, I think about when I turn on TV and I see black men on sports shows, I see them on the news, I just see them doing something positive. And it doesn't have to be sports, it doesn't have to be music. It could be doctors, lawyers, whether it be politicians. There's all sorts of fields that black people can go into, and there's a lot. And there's people gonna say right now, well, then John Morant doesn't have to portray anything because there's plenty of positive black images out there. Hold on, but which one do the kids watch the most? Basketball players, football players, and rappers, pop stars. That's what the kids watch. That's what they see. A lot of them want to be like them because they got millions of dollars and they got out there in the cool world and they playing basketball. You know what I'm saying? And people can say whatever they want about what I'm saying now about image. John Morant has affected his image by what he has decided to do. And the fact that he's done it twice, the NBA is going to get him for that. Because it's like, you promised you weren't going to do this, and then you turn around and do it again. Fool me once, fool me twice. So he's going to lose money, one way or the other. He may even lose sponsorship. He didn't lose it the first time, because it's like, okay, big deal. NBA handler, he apologized. He apologizes again. He's now suspended, pending that he might be suspended for more games. It's kind of up in the air. Like I said, again, he did not commit a crime because, again, Tennessee is an open carry state. Let me give you one more detail. Tennessee, not too long ago, went through a mass shooting in Nashville, Tennessee. I know it's another city in another part of the state, but it's still Tennessee. Now you've got a national figure, an NBA basketball player, flashing a gun, playing around with a gun like it ain't no big thing. Yada yada, talking about kill this, kill that. I didn't play the video because if I played the video, you'd be really disappointed in what you hear. Okay? So I didn't play that. And you couple that with the fact that, like I said, with this mass shooting, with everything that's happened in Memphis, Tennessee, it gives a negative image that as a young black man, I would rather you spend that energy doing other things, being positive in other ways. Want to go to the club and party? Fine. Have a good time. Make sure that no cameras are on you, or at least you ain't got none on yourself. for the betterment not only of you but of other people. If you don't want to be superstar, you're in the wrong business. That's all I'm gonna say. Because they're gonna come after you. People are gonna say things about you. You are a public figure. Like I said, a long time ago, I played football for school, college. And like I said, when something happens, because things did happen, it gets on the news. Anything that can become a story becomes a news story. I was watching what happened to Alabama players. Alabama players may not have done something, but they were Auburn players, same way. They go out there on the strip in their little cities, and they want to go to the club like the other kids in the school. Somebody breaks out, has a fight. Somebody shoots a gun. Guess what they mention? So and so who was a player for Alabama. So and so who was a player for Auburn. So and so who was a player for UAB. They were present at the time of this incident. So as an NBA star, John Morant, NBA superstar, everything your name is on it. Member of the Grizzlies, NBA superstar of the Grizzlies. You are representing your business that you work for. Therefore, they can say, "Hey, look, you're portraying an image that we cannot support or have shown in our business." Businesses have fired people for wearing certain hats. Like the young lady, they were wrong for it, but they fired her for Home Depot fired her for wearing a Black Lives Matter hat. Allegedly. I don't know if that actually happened, but they said they fired her for wearing a Black Lives Matter. People get fired for having MAGA hats or saying things, and they represent the company. Usually it's when you're wearing your uniform and you get caught. When you're off the clock, they don't care usually unless it's something really severe, like racism. You get caught on camera and then people are like, "You work here? Oh my God, this company's hired you and you're a racist." Oh, now it's a bad image for the company. You got to go. John Morant, same thing. Well, what he did here, the company can say, "Hey, look, this is a bad look for us. I'm going to let you go." So people ask, I posted on the internet somewhere, I said, he didn't break a law, but he's wrong. And what I mean by he's wrong is, he's not beholden to black people, but he represents black people. He's not beholden to really any other NBA players, but he's an NBA player. And the NBA has rules. He's violated those rules. He hurts the teams by the things that he does. He hurts the NBA by the things that he does. In the end, as a black man, that image can hurt the black people as a whole. Folks, I'm all out of time. That's all I wanted to say about this. If you have an opinion, please comment below. Like, share, and subscribe. And if you are listening to this on podcast, please make sure that you join and share this with your friends. Peace, and y'all have a wonderful day. You have been listening to Thoughts You're Woke, No Speed Limit Podcast.